Hello, happy Friday. Let me get myself all. So I hope that everybody's having a fantastic Friday and that you're still spending time with your family or out shopping or enjoying yourself otherwise. I am actually in a rehab hospital right now. Just spent some quality time with one of the people that I love most on the planet who happens to be here. And so since she's here, I'm here too. And I accidentally popped on a little bit earlier when I was walking around trying to find a quiet place in a rehab hospital to kind of reach out and connect with you all. But most hospitals, as you know, are very, very loud places. So I'm actually in the basement right now. But this will work. But I wanted to make sure that I came on and still, connected. Again, my name is Dr. Delicia Haynes. I'm the founder and CEO of Family First Health Center, board certified, and I am a medical student and mental health advocate. So I shine a light for medical students in their darkest hour, helping them overcome stress and depression. And that's one of the main reasons that I come on every week and do this live stream is really to that end. And today, I was really inspired, really being here, being in a rehab hospital. I'm surrounded by patients, by people who are rehabilitating from some kind of event. So it might have been a stroke or a car accident or just trying to come back from something. And so everywhere you look, there is someone who is trying to do something that they used to do really well and trying to learn it again. Whether it's learning to walk again, or learning to type again, and so there's just the environment that you're in, and it's been a while since I've been in this type of environment, and it really, it took me back to after my car accident and some of the things that I struggled with, and particularly since I've been communicating with some of the patients who've been here and hearing their struggles and where they are, and it just really brought that back up. So tonight I wanted to share about 7 things that will help you with your kind of like your neurocognition, so basically your brain health and coming back from a brain injury, because it was just really on my heart to share that. And I've just really been blessed to been around some of the individuals I've been able to meet since I've been here, in addition to the one that is that I'm saying to see. So the first thing to do when you're trying to heal from a brain injury is to be patient, and this is the hardest thing because when you are used to functioning at a certain level, it's really hard to kind of dial back and to not be able to perform. And especially if it's a brain thing, because there are certain people that are walking around and you can't see their injuries. They don't have an obvious amputation or something that lets you know what's going on with them. And oftentimes it's the brain injuries that are the most frustrating, and sometimes the hardest to treat, because they don't get the respect that physical injuries do. So be patient with yourself. The second is to substitute organization for memory. So having problems with memory are one of the big things that happens when anyone has any kind of damage to their brain. And so when you're having difficulty with your memory, it's really important to focus on organization. So making sure that you've got one specific place that you put your keys, making sure that you're using kind of like a daily task reminder to help you stay on task of the things that you need to get done. It's really frustrating, especially for executives and people who again are used to functioning at a really high level, to realize that they've been forgetting things that they used to be able to remember without any problem. So when you're more organized, you're less dependent on your memory, and it helps you to be able to continue to perform. But I have to go back to that. Number one was to be patient and to rest, because the most important thing that you can do after you have a brain injury, and the hardest thing to do, is actually to rest. And I know for me, I spent days, it felt like, sleeping, and I'm not used to doing that, but that was one of those really really important times, and it was exactly what I needed to be doing. My body knew what it needed, even though there was a part of me that wanted to hurry back and try and get back into my normal. And the truth is, my normal has changed, since then, and so there's a lot of things that I do on a daily basis to be able to continue to perform at a high level, but I've had to make a lot of adjustments in terms of my support system, in terms of my organization. And so just sharing a few of those things with you. So be patient, substitute organization for memory. When you're trying to learn something that's new, make sure you give yourself extra time to practice. So in general, I was always someone who was really used to getting things done quickly. And after my accident, everything was moving in slow motion, and it was the most frustrating part of recuperating. And I see that time and time again, with my own patients and with the people that I've been able to meet here, is that you're just really, again, being patient, but also allowing yourself, allocating extra time. So if a task that used to take you about, an hour to get done, give yourself at least 3 hours to do it, and you just give yourself a lot more extra time, so that you're not functioning in those time constraints and putting extra stress on yourself that's not necessary. Plan your most challenging task for the best time of your day. So for most of us, our best times is a kind of in the morning, but that's not for everyone. So there are certain times of day where your energy is just a little bit higher, where you just know that you function better. And that's when you want to do whatever your most challenging task is. You want to make sure that you've got it at that time, and that you've given yourself sufficient time to get that done. And also schedule rest periods. So make sure that you've got lots of breaks. So if you're going to be doing something for 20 minutes, make sure that you also put a break in there. And when that break period comes, you have to respect it and actually take that time off. And that's one of the really important things that you can do to avoid cognitive fatigue, or mental fatigue, where you just get tired and you're just getting a headache and you're feeling really fuzzy because you've pushed yourself kind of too hard. So make sure that you've got those planned breaks in there so that you don't have to have that mental fatigue. One of the things that I had to do was work part-time, and even now I'm not working the same schedule that I was working prior to. And it's been what has allowed me to continue to work at a high level. I had to kind of cut back in some areas so that I can continue to excel. So it's really about knowing what you need to do to feel supported and to do your absolute best. You may experience some difficulty if you're trying to do more than one thing at a time. So multitasking is actually a myth. People think that they're multitasking, especially when they're texting and driving at the same time, when they're really not driving anymore. They're just texting at a very high rate of speed. So understanding that multitasking is a myth, try not to do it. If you are trying to get a task done, just laser focus on that one task, and really reduce distractions as much as possible. When you're coming back from brain injury, everything is a distraction. So it's important that you put yourself in an environment where you're able to focus. And this has been really important for me. So when I was walking around the hospital looking for a quiet place where I could kind of connect with y'all, the first place that I chose was quiet, and then it became quickly not quiet anymore. It was a lounge, and people were coming in and they're using the ice machine and they're having conversations. And at first I thought I was going to be able to make it work, and the interior designer and me, there was this beautiful picture that was going to be behind me, and I wanted to use that area. And then I recognized that I was distracted sitting there. And so I got up and went walking around again to try and find another area, and ended up in the basement. But you just have to do what works, and find an area where you can really focus and minimize those distractions. And then sometimes you'll notice difficulty with word finding and word choices. And when that happens, don't just persist and just beat yourself up trying to remember that one word or that one phrase. Just try to shift your focus to something else and then come back to that. And obviously, and that's usually when that that elusive name that you were trying to remember will come back to you is when you've kind of shifted your focus to something else and allowed yourself to kind of take yourself off the hook and, be more relaxed. And lastly, try to stay calm. So when your memory fails, it's normal to feel tense and to feel anxious and to feel frustrated because you've forgotten something. But take a few minutes to try and, calm down, shift your focus, and you'll be surprised how many times your memory will improve just from being able to shift your focus and get yourself into a more relaxed state. So I just wanted to come on and share a few of those things with you that were on my heart, especially being here at the rehab hospital. I hope that all of you guys are having a fantastic Friday and are out with your family and friends. And just wanted to share again, if you know someone or if you are coming back from any kind of brain injury, make sure that you're patient with yourself. Make sure that you are resting sufficiently, that you're substituting organization and staying organized rather than just trying to memorize everything. They're using the same spot to put things in so that you have some external guides that are helping you to stay focused. You're planning your most challenging times for your best time of the day, and that you are taking breaks so that you don't get that cognitive fatigue. And again, if you're having trouble with a word or a phrase, shift your focus to something else and bring it back and try to breathe and remain calm. So I hope that was helpful for you. Again, this is Dr. Delicia, your board-certified family physician. I'm also a medical student mental health advocate, and I help shine a light for medical students in their darkest hour, helping them overcome stress and depression. You can follow me across social media at Dr. Delicia MD. That's DrDeliciaMD. And until next time, take